Alright guys, welcome back. This time, let's talk about cloning. Okay, so when we first got these plants from Baker Creek, an animal, we suspect either a dog or what was it, the possums or something, came up and decided to taste a couple of them, and they bit our sunchoke in half. All right, I'm gonna show you that right now. So it bit it right there, right here, as you can see, right, and it didn't really hurt the plant. I mean, obviously the plant's doing fine. I mean, it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna live. But we wanted to, well, see if we could propagate more sunchoke from this one plant, right? Considering it was already cut, and you know, why let that energy go to waste? So this is what we did. Hey, look, we're at the house now. Magic of cameras. Okay, so this is what we did. We took, it was a piece like this, right? A good tall chunk. We just stuck it inside just regular potting soil, all right? Watered it periodically whenever it started to dry out. And as you can see, all right, it's grown 2 shoots there. That's exactly what you want to see, right? When it comes to most plants, all right, when you clone it, it uses the main stalk and the leaves that were there, because these were its leaves right here, right? These were its leaves. But it takes the stalk and the main leaves, right, and it puts all the energy into making roots, all right? And once it makes roots, right, it'll bring up a couple shoots, right? Sometimes 1, sometimes 5, you never know, right? Tomatoes are more prolific, right? They want to thrive, they want to live more, so they send up more shoots than most things. But sunchokes, as you can see, can be cloned, all right? Most plants can be cloned, right? Let me illustrate this real quick. Right, we bought a fig tree at Baker Creek, all right, and it had a few bottom shoots coming up off the main stalk. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna have to trim these off anyway. So all of the branches that I cut to prune it, and the what do you call it, the shoots that were off the main stalk, I cut them off and I put them over here. See, they're right over there. Just gonna grab a couple of them. But check this out. So these are only about a week old now.
Why isn't that one cool enough for you to grab?
I only have 2 hands. Why isn't that one cool enough for you to grab? Okay, so you can see the sides of it, the leaves start to suffer, right? This one here is obviously doing a little bit better than this one is, but the leaves start to suffer. And after the okay, so the reason why the leaves start to suffer, it starts to look really bad, like, oh, we're gonna lose that plant, it's not gonna do nothing, right? It pulls all that energy into the base of it, right, trying to shoot roots. It's like, please let me do this, please let me shoot roots, I want to live. All right, so they start shooting roots. Once they shoot roots, all right, you're good to go. All right, that thing's gonna take off and it's gonna live. So we hopefully should have 3 more fig trees now. Right? You can do those just about any plant. You don't need to put it in water for a couple weeks. You don't need to put it, like there's no special treatment. All you gotta do is just take it, regular potting soil, keep it moist, stick it in there. Right? Give it time. Don't put it in direct sunlight. All right? You want it in partial sun. All right? You don't want it during the hot season, like during the heat of the summer. Right now is perfect time. All right? Right now it's pushing towards the end of your cloning cycle. Because most plants right now need to be vegging. Most plants need to grow the vegetation so that later on, right, they're growing their fruit. The bigger they get now, all right, and the more of a canopy you can cultivate, the more of a sun catcher you can cultivate with its leaves, right, the better your fruit will do later, all right? So you want to grow them big right now, all right, not keep them small and little, all right? You want to grow them big. And if you have a plant that's fruiting right now, all right, and if you don't cut off the fruit, right, at this point, Right, mind you, if you're watching this future, don't just go out there and cut off your fruit. I don't want you guys to waste that. All right, but if you're watching this like when I put it out, right, early in the season, if you're starting to flower, starting to fruit, cut that off of there. All right, cut it off there and use one of the suckers. Use one of the branches as its main. All right, and you'll be way better off. You'll be way better off. You'll get a lot more fruit out of that plant. All right, if you let that, I know it's tempting to see the fruit there and think that fruit right there is like, oh, that's what I have. That's you know, don't count your eggs in the chicken, right? What's that saying? How's the saying go, babe? Like,
eggs in a basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. No, that's one of them. Or there's also don't count your chicks before they hatch.
Oh yeah, there's that one.
There's that one. Right, if you count your chicks before they hatch, all right, you might not get all those that you think you're gonna get. Right now with fruit, right, with tomatoes and if you know what's going on in life, all right, you know what this is referencing, right? And I'm trying to help people out there because I see some people don't know, okay, and basically, all right, tomatoes, all right, if you see that first fruit. Right, and it's right now because, well, the plant got shocked because the heat and the cold and the heat and the cold, right? It's going to say, oh no, I need a fruit now. You need to cut that off of there, right? And it will be extremely grateful because that fruit right there is draining nutrients from the main plant, which should be vegging, right? If it's growing all that vegetation, right, it will do way better off, right? Same thing with most of the plants right now. There are a few plants that are okay to let flower, and that's your berry plants, right? If you have like strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, any of that, right? All of that will do absolutely fine, all right? But things that give you 1 or 2 cycles of fruit, like tomatoes or other main plants like that, you know, okay, like the sunchoke. The sunchoke, its fruit is not in its flower. Or its fruit is down here. So this plant right here, we have to cultivate in a special way. All right, we clone it. All right, and this one right here has to go into the garden almost immediately. All right, because the way they do is they grow up big, right, and they put all of that energy back into its rootstock. All right, it's rhizome. All right, that rhizome. Sorry, I'm moving the dog. He's sniffing the plants, but that rhizome is the tuber that you would later eat. Okay, so when it's young like this, right, we want this to grow big, right? We don't want anything like, if we did this later on in the year, if we did this in about 2 months, this would be extremely late, and this entire plant would have to go inside for the winter. All right, but as it sits, this right here is perfect time. I can go take it out there right now and dig it in, and it'll be absolutely fine. So to reiterate, you can clone any plant, just about any plant, right? There's actually a TV show from the 90s, I think it was, called The Strangerers, right? Yes, Strangerers, all right? It is awesome, all right? It's about these aliens who come to Earth, and one of them gets decapitated, and they grow him a new body. Yeah, plants are that prolific, right? They will just grow, and they will go, and they want to live. Okay, so if you want to clone something, go out there, and if it's got a sucker, so it's got the main stem, right, it's got the little thing coming off, that's a sucker. You know for a fact you can clone that. That right there is good to go. But if you take shoots that are first jutting up, or you're taking a small branch off, right, you can clone any plant, all right? If you guys have any more comments, questions, anything like that, please comment below. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Alright guys, one last thing before I forget. I just remembered, right? There's this product out there. It's super cool. It's called root growth hormone, alright? I'm not giving you a brand name. I'm not saying that all of them work, but a lot of the times they do help. What they do is they give you a little bit added nutrients and help you to set roots on your clones. So it doesn't matter what kind of plant you're doing, right? That will help you if you want to spend a little bit of money. But all you really need is just some dirt, you know, some potting soil. And actually, we're using mud. We just went out there and dug a hole and grabbed some mud. So ours is partially clay, right? Yeah. All you need is just a little bit of dirt, and it'll do its thing, right? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Bye.